Hey, how do you do, fellow kids? Looking young and energetic, am I right? Oh, look at me skating! You kids still like skating, right? Wait, I'm an animator! What the heck am I doing?
2 hours later.
Okay, now check this out. This one is one of the hardest tricks called Ollie, right? Easy! Now what if I show you the Ollie spinning, huh? Wait. This outfit just doesn't fit me. I mean, it does fit me, I'm technically wearing it, but it doesn't work well with my personality or character, should I say. Isn't it interesting that our outfit says something about ourselves? That's why you wear right outfit for the right event. They have dress codes. It shows what vibe they're having there, what type of people are there, and you don't want to stand out in those events usually. Imagine wearing a clown fit to your friend's grandma's funeral, or wearing tuxedo to hang out with your friends to play basketball. It must be so uncomfortable for you and others watching you struggle in those tight-fit clothes. Anyway, fashion itself is kind of an art form. You can get plenty of information just from looking at how this person is dressed. I mean, look at me. I look cool, right? I initially made this fit for the first part of this video only, but honestly, I'm starting to kind of liking it. I'll wear it until the end. This one was actually inspired by the little bit of Killua from Hunter x Hunter, little bit of Klonoa, and classic Nesquik's mascot bunny fit. Man, he used to be so cool. Just compare him to his new fit. I mean, what happened? He lost so much aura, damn. Let's design some clothes for my fox guy. I gotta say that I'm no fashion designer or know anything about fashion. I just pick what looks cool and what's comfortable and just wear it. So it will be fun to make design just from the feels and vibes, kind of vague way, but let's try it anyway. Let's tweak it to somewhat pleasing proportion, which most of the time is longer legs. Which I don't have in real life. I'm more built like Nick Wilde. Long body, short legs, pants just don't sit well on me. I think something like this is pretty good for starting point. What I am looking for is classic fit. You know, those gentleman clothes in 1930s, but not too serious. It should give that classic vibe, but also should look casual in a way. Kind of like default clothes for your everyday wearing. The outfit should give the cool and unusual vibes, but not too complicated. I like simplicity. It shouldn't steal the viewer's attention from the face of my character. I love the Devil May Cry's male outfits, especially Dante's jacket. It just oozes coolness. Final Fantasy is another great reference for jacket combinations. I was thinking to find balance between those jackets' coolness and casual wear and classic look. I also want to have primary whites. Since this is 3D space, I can wear anything I want. White color is just really hard to clean and maintain in real life. So why not in fiction, right?
Damn it, Mike. I paid a fortune for this thing. You know, dry cleaning costs these days.
After some searching on the Pinterest, I gathered this as my reference for creation. It's shame that Pinterest got infested with tons of AI modified images. You find a cool design at first, then when you open them up, it's an AI modified image. If they looked logical or made sense, it's good, but most of the time it's just a mess. Some parts don't even make sense. Sure, they give a cool silhouette, but they don't work in 3D. Like for example, there is a belt that comes out of jacket and it connects with your inner shirt. It's only good for a first glance, but the more you look at them, the weirder and stranger they get. As I said before, I'm looking for classic vibe fit. This was my first decision at first, but later on I thought, why not make it more fantasy style, like in fantasy games? That's when I stumbled upon God Eater's fashion. It's the exact feel I was aiming for. There's a character named Lindo. He is squad leader in the first game, the only game I played and finished. I really liked his fit. He got that cool older brother vibe, which I am aiming for. I like the jacket and pant design, but something was still feeling off. It kind of reminded me of military outfits with those long boots. That's when I happened to remember another character whose fit was also great. That's Soma. His outfit in the first game was alright. It gave off that rebel vibe. I'm not looking for that. What I liked was his outfit in the second game. White long jacket and droopy jeans with huge sneakers looking shoes. That's the jackpot. I can steal his jacket, jeans and sneaker look. That jacket gives perfect mix between classic and modern cool one. Droopy jeans gives the casual look. Now let's decide on the inner upper wear. Soma's shirt and tie would be great, but that would just become one-to-one to steal from him, which would be too obvious. I think either Dante's black shirt from Devil May Cry 5 or Nero's layered shirt would be great addition. I think I'll go with Nero. Design is settled. Let's get to Blender and make them. Good combination of the clothes can make you stand out. It's very important for the first impression and for your confidence. You feel a lot more confident wearing the right fit. It is an art form of itself. Can you believe that there are apparently people whose work is to pick a good fashion? I did not know about it until one of my friends was working as one. Let me tell you what it's like for those of you who don't know. They basically look at you, measures your height, weight with their eye, and pick a combination of a right fit just for you. You just say something like, I want to look bright today, and give your budget limit. They pick a right color for your skin tone and make it look amazing within your budget. I mean, you have to know a lot about clothes, their materials, their prices, color matching, composition to get that job. I respect it. The other day I went to a shopping mall to get me some warmer clothes. And I noticed a lot of stuff to maintain your clothes. You got to put iron on a specific temperature, wash it in specific temperature, keep that rolling thing that can remove small particles. Oh, and that electric thingy that removes the curled up wool. That one is actually pretty cool. All those things, and when I asked the seller, she just kept telling me how it is important to take care of your clothes so they can live longer. That's cool and all, but I couldn't get any of those information injected to my brain. I just want something to wear. And wash it when it gets dirty or start to smell bad. Iron them out and wear again. Other times they are folded in my closet. I think I'm a fashion illiterate. Okay, enough yapping, let's talk about 3D. There is a special program called Marvelous Designer which is made for clothing. I could have used it, but I don't have knowledge or license for it. Clothes made there is for realistic look anyway, so I don't need it. I just have my blender and manual work. Yeah, who needs realistic look anyway? So when it comes to modeling, I prefer to sculpt the basic shapes of the folds. I'm not very experienced with folds. What I do know is that you'll need to understand that gravity and tightness affect the material of the cloth. I'm no professional, so I just kind of copied folds from the figure of Soma and made it as my base. After that, I just do quick retopology around that ugly sculpt. I just need the shape. Oh, and also here's what I usually do to highlight the fold's sharp areas when I use subdivision surface. As you might know, subdivision surface modifier smooths out and make the model look rounder around the edges. I know two methods of keeping the edge sharp with subdivision surface. First one is when loops are really close to each other. But we don't have the luxury of adding more and more loops to make the edge extra sharp. Sometimes topology will not allow it. Or you get the sharp edge you wanted but get the shading artifacts on the other areas. Second method is to just press Shift+E and drag the mouse left or right. This shortcut helps you to create crease. You can also turn it on or off from the end panel. What it does is basically crease edge drags all the made up loops from subdivision to itself. So it will look sharper. It's a safe, non-destructive way to make your model edge look sharp. Okay, when it comes to outfits, I don't use them outside of Blender. So I'll just use materials on them, without making UVs or textures. That's why I have prepared these loops. After retopology, it's time for rigging. I personally don't want to animate clothes too much. Only thing I do want to animate is the jacket. Jacket will be rigged, and other clothes will just be weight painted. The easiest way to weight paint will most likely be to transfer weight from the body to your clothes. If you already have a full body beneath your clothes, that is. So double check your body, maybe you don't have a naked body under that shirt, huh? If not, better start with auto weight painting, then manually tweak the weights. Or make a proxy mesh, then transfer its weight into complex model. I think it's better to leave it as topic for another video. Maybe. Select the mesh that has right weight, then shift select the mesh that you want to transfer the weights into. Get to the weight paint mode, then transfer the weight. I usually use this setting to give me the best results. Painting weight is really pain if you have an asymmetry mesh like my t-shirt here. Just brace and do it manually. Worst case scenario, I have that corrective smooth modifier for the help. Alright, time to rig the jacket. Rigging clothes are not my favorite, but posing and animating them is really fun. Especially when you see the overlapping action on top of your main action. So, as usual, I just put my good old B-bone chains to the bottom area where I wanted to move. Oh yeah, another small trick I use when I weight paint like this jacket, which has two sides, I just cut the model in the center. Keep the one side and work on the weights. Afterwards, I just transfer weight to the other side since it's easier and faster that way. Imagine doing the same work twice with wasting all your brain cell, huh? It must suck. Well, here's the deformation so far. And let's do the final touch, which is... And here is the result. Yeah, I like it so far. But what do you think, this one or the skate one? I like them both now. And this one can get its well-deserved rest in my closet. If I have one in this void, we do need some environment action here, huh? Well, anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you had a good time watching it. Best way to let me know about your thoughts is of course by leaving a comment. I'll just go and do some posing with this outfit. See you soon in the next one. And have a great day!